Did you steal it from a shopkeeper or from someone's closet?
It was quicker than waiting for the gods to answer my prayers.
The gods give us everything we need.
Yes. Zaya, when I asked you to marry, I promised you dressed as worthy of the prince, and you every day. We would adorn you a golden palace to raise our family.
Baby, put your arms around me, tell me I'm a problem. No, I'm not the girl you thought you knew and thought you wanted. Underneath the pretty face is something complicated. I come with a side of trouble, but I know that's why you're staying. Because you're no angel either, baby. 'Cause you're no angel either, baby. No, I'm not an angel either, but at least I'm trying. I know I drive you crazy, but would you rather that I be a machine who doesn't notice when you lay or when you lying? I love you even more than who I thought you were before. 'Cause you're no angel either, baby. 'Cause you're no angel either, baby. 'Cause you're no angel either, baby. 'Cause you're no angel those candles in your bed, no need for the spell. Stop acting so scared, just do what I tell. First both of my legs go back on your head, and whatever you want, yeah baby, I bet it comes true. Baby, put your arms around me, tell me I'm a problem. No, I'm not the girl you thought you knew and thought you wanted. Underneath the pretty face is something complicated. I come with a side of trouble, but I know that's why you're staying. Because you're no angel either, baby. 'Cause you're no angel either, baby.
And when the time comes, all you have done can be forgiven. You expect me to joust with this beast night after night?
Until I die,
What do you want?
immortality.
Immortality awaits us all in the afterlife. I don't want to die. I want to live forever. Down there in the lands I conquered, my kingdom. This should be my reward. How? The only way to achieve this is unthinkable. One would need to devour.
The afterlife itself.
You would unleash chaos upon creation. You would destroy everything.
Not destroy. Reshape. I will take your place, but it won't be sitting on some damn boat.
No god could withstand that.
And not just one god.
What do you offer?
This will buy you a place in the afterlife.
No. Not without you.
Secrecy wasn't an option then either, she reminded Wang, making no attempt to keep the heat out of her voice. You still haven't told me what this has to do with me. We are assembling a research team. I want you to be up, Wang said. Lee's anger spilled out.
Horses are only
What can I do? She asked. I am simply a country doctor who treats life-threatening diseases with herbs and voodoo. I implore you to put your personal feelings aside, Huang said. You were one of the first to detect the SARS epidemic. We need you in Beijing. Your combined expertise in virology and epidemiology will be invaluable in developing a response. Wang folded his hands together as if in prayer. I will get down on my knees to beg if you wish.
Yes, I did tell her. But for some reason...
She gazed at his anguished face. Wang was brilliant. She could not expect him to be valiant as well. Softening her voice, she said, "It won't be necessary to beg, Dr. Huang.
Even beyond death, she's trying to help us.
I will do what I can." His round face lit up. Mark my words, he said. You won't be sorry for your decision. I know I won't, Lee said. Especially after you meet my conditions. What do you mean? Wang asked in a guarded tone. I want enough medical supplies to take care of this village for 6 months. No, make that a year and expand it to encompass the villages around this one. Done, Wang said. I have established a network of midwives, but they need a trained professional to oversee them. I want a family practice physician flown in here this week to take over my practice. Done, Wang repeated. Lee chided herself for not demanding more. How soon do you need me? She asked. Now, Wang said. The helicopter is waiting for you. I would like you to speak at a symposium in Beijing.
We have need of you.
She did a quick mental inventory. The hut was on loan. Her belongings could fit into a small valise. She would have to inform only the village elders and bid her aged parents and her patients a quick goodbye. Standing, she extended her hand to seal the bargain. Done, she said. 3 days later, Dr. Lee stood on a podium behind a lectern at the Ministry of Health in Beijing, steeling herself to address more than 200 experts from around the world. The woman on the podium bore no resemblance to the country doctor who had delivered babies and piglets by candlelight. She wore a pinstriped business suit over a blouse of Chinese flag red, a rose silk scarf encircling her neck. A touch of makeup had lightened the amber complexion that had been darkened by outdoor life. She was grateful that no one could see her calloused palms. Soon after she had arrived in Beijing, Lee had gone on a shopping spree, courtesy of the People's Republic of China. At the first shop, she tossed her cotton jacket and slacks in the trash. With each subsequent purchase in some of Beijing's most fashionable boutiques, she redeemed a bit of her lost self-respect. Song Lee was in her mid-30s, but she looked younger. She was slender, with small hips and breasts and long legs. While her figure was adequate but unremarkable, it was her face that inevitably turned heads for a second look. Long dark lashes shaded alert, questing eyes, and full lips alternated between a friendly smile and a slight, more serious pucker when she was deep in thought. Working in the country, she had tied her long jet-black hair in a loose ponytail and tucked it under a cap that may have belonged to a foot soldier on Mao's Long March. But now, it was styled and short. Since arriving in Beijing, Li had attended a dizzying schedule of briefings and had been impressed at the swift reaction to the latest outbreak. In contrast to the slow response several years before, hundreds of investigators and support staff had been mobilized around the world. China was taking the leading role in the fight against the outbreak and had invited experts to Beijing to demonstrate its robust reaction. A speedy response had revealed a silver lining to a serious situation. Everyone she talked to seemed confident that basic health practices could contain the SARS outbreak, while researchers continued to look for the source and develop a diagnostic test and an appropriate vaccine. While the mood was upbeat, Dr. Li was unable to share their confidence. She was worried that no source of the virus had been found. The civets that had carried the original SARS strain had been wiped out, so maybe the virus had jumped to another host. Dogs, chickens, insects, who knew? Also, the Chinese government's uncharacteristic transparency as well. Bitter experience had taught her that the authorities did not easily give up their secrets. Even so, she might have dismissed these qualms had not the government refused to let her visit the province that had been infected. Too dangerous, she was told. The province was under the strictest quarantine possible. Dr. Li had set her suspicions aside for now to focus on the daunting prospect of appearing before an audience of sharp-minded experts. Her heart thumped madly in her chest. She was nervous about speaking in public after spending years among people whose greatest concern was the rice yield. The computer programs now available to chart an epidemic not only baffled her, she was unsure of her own expertise as well. She felt like a Stone Age holdover thawed from a glacier after 10,000 years. On the other hand, practicing medicine at its most basic level had given her a gut instinct that was more valuable than all the charts and tables in the world. Her intuition was telling her that it was too early to celebrate. As a virologist, she had respect for how fast a virus could adapt to change. As an epidemiologist, she knew from painful experience how an outbreak could quickly get out of control. Maybe she was just gun-shy. She had gone over the statistics Huang had given her, and the epidemic seemed to be on the road to being contained.
I think your eye might have been more useful than a wounded thief.
Probably yes. I'm sorry for everything I've done to you. Including this.
Accepted.